But today we've been focusing on Vata dosha. It's according to Ayurveda, it's Vata season. Today actually feels a little more like autumn. So there's wind in the environment, and sometimes that can create this airy space in your mind. You might feel like you're overwhelmed. Your thoughts are scattered and you're just kind of struggling to find balance. So we're going to just do a quick meditation to just soothe that airy space. So to begin, just check in with the body, how you're feeling from the crown of your head, and just slowly make a mental note going down to your toes and releasing any tension that you feel, maybe softening some places that need softening. Maybe you're clenching your jaw or your shoulders are kind of hiking up to your ears. Just really softening all of that. Maybe turning the palms to face down, either on your lap or the ground, just really grounding into the earth. So as humans, we have, bless you. We have sometimes too many thoughts rattling around in our brain. So we need to come to the breath to just pause all that for a moment. And this is a great breath that you can use really anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, your to-do list is longer than you can manage. So we're going to be doing a Viloma pranayama, which is otherwise known as like interrupted breath. So by interrupting our breath, we're kind of interrupting the overflow of thoughts in our mind. So we're going to practice this interrupted breath in 3 parts. So dividing your inhale into 3. So you'll start inhaling through the low belly and sip a little more air to the upper belly, diaphragm area, and then finish the breath at the chest, and then let it all go. So inhale, low belly, pause, inhale, upper belly, pause, inhale all the way to the chest, pause, and exhale it out. So before we start that though, we're going to just take 3 breaths in through the nose and opening the mouth, sighing out through the mouth, just to clear the energy that's in your body. Inhale through the nose, part the lips. And 2 more times, just like that. Now we start. Inhale through the nose, low belly, pause. Inhale, upper belly, pause. Inhale through to your chest, pause. Exhale it all out. Inhale, pause. Inhale, pause. Inhale all the way to the top, pause. Exhale it all out. Just keeping going, keeping with that breath at your own pace. And if your mind wanders or you become uncomfortable in your stillness, that's natural. Just gently guide your mind back to this breath. You might want to count. Inhale, low belly, 1, 2. Inhale, upper belly, 3, 4. Inhale, chest, 5, 6. Hold. And then exhale it all out. And last round, just let it all go and come back to your natural breath, inhaling and exhaling out the nose. Maybe you're in a quieter space now. You can bring your hands to your heart and set your intention for today's practice. And on the next exhale, gently blinking the eyes open, and hugging the knees into the chest. Just bring your left foot down on the mat, right foot to the ceiling. We'll just make circles with that ankle. One direction, and then the other direction. And then point the toe to the ceiling, flex the toe down towards your face. We'll stretch out the back of your leg. Point the toe, flex. And we're going to cross that ankle over the left leg, and maybe you're staying right here, just pushing that, that right hip away. If you need a deeper stretch, you're bringing that whole figure four towards your face and just lacing the fingers around your thigh or your shin. We're really using that right elbow to push against that right leg, stretching out that hip. Flexing the feet always to protect the knees. Or neck here, work. And then bringing the feet back down to the mat, just take that over to, oh no, I'm sorry, stay there. Bring the feet down to the mat, keeping your figure four and just crossing that whole figure four off to the left. Teeing out the arms or cactusing them, gaze to the ceiling or over the right shoulder. Good. Two more breaths here, inhale and exhale. Got to start my music. Inhale and exhale, come back through. We'll take it over to the other side now. Right foot down, left foot to the ceiling. And just making circles with those ankles. And pointing and flexing that toe. Come on. That's working. And then crossing that left ankle over the right knee. Taking that figure four, reclined pigeon, bringing that figure four towards your face. Using that left elbow, really pushing that left leg away. Two more breaths here. We bring that left foot down, keeping the figure four and crossing that whole figure four off to the right, teeing out the arms. More important to keep your shoulders grounded than to get those legs all the way down. Coming back to center, releasing that twist. And then we're just going to come up for one bridge. Inhale, up, bridge.
Keeping your neck neutral, your chest should be chasing your chin. Pressing into the feet, engaging your quads. We feel nothing in our low back here. Coming back down from your bridge, feet together, knees out wide, Uttanasana. Next inhale, hug those knees in, rock back and forth, and just come up to sit. Legs out long for staff pose. Hands on either side of the hips. Toes flexing so much that your heels come up off the ground. The toes coming towards your face. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Release that right foot into the inner left thigh for Janusasana. Arms up, turn, face that long leg, just forward fold over that. Chin towards your shin. You can't reach your foot, hands on either side of the leg. Give the same stretch. You don't want to overstretch your hands. Take forever to heal, take it from me. One more inhale. Exhale, we walk it on up and just take it over to the other side. Right leg long, left leg in. Reaching up. And then turning to face that right leg. Folding over. Go only as far as you can. You don't need to hyperextend the knees here either. Breathing into this fold. Waking up, just you and nobody's there. Smell your perfume still stuck in the air. And then taking your legs out long, down the mat. Reaching those arms up and just forward fold, Paschimottanasana. And it's early, so a bend in the knees here, belly to thigh connection. And slowly walk your heels out if you feel like you need a deeper stretch. I remember everything when we were children, this way down. Shall stare now. And slowly coming back up, hugging those knees in, maybe hovering your knees a little bit. And then crossing your ankles and just rolling right over onto tabletop. And we're going to come right into downward facing dog, right leg. So first down dog of the day, pedaling out the legs. Maybe you need to rock your ankles from side to side. Sometimes this feels good. Inhaling from your hands to your hips. Exhale from your hips to your feet. Settling into this down dog. And then next inhale, we're just gonna slowly tiptoe 1 inch at a time. Slowly tiptoe those feet towards your hands. And when you arrive, just coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Maybe you grab opposite elbows here. Releasing the elbows, and then just like a rag doll, slowly rolling up to stand. Shoulders down, away from the ear, palms facing the front of the room. Grounding down into all 3 corners of the foot. Engage in our quads. Tadasana, it's a very underrated pose, but it's really the foundation for all
our standing and balance poses. Inhale, we reach our arms up and around, Ardha Hastasana. Exhale, back down, forward fold. Hands to shins, flat back. Then hands to the mat. We step the right foot back, step the left foot back to meet it. And hold in plank here. You can drop your knees. Inhale and exhale. And then lowering knees if you're already done. Chest and chin. Inhaling through low cobra, holding. Exhale, downward facing dog. In our down dog, we're really pressing into our thumb and pointer finger, internally rotating our elbows so they're kind of almost facing towards the front of the room. And then again, we'll tiptoe slowly to the front of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Arms up and around, Ardha Hastasana, upward salute. Come right back down, forward fold. Hands to shins, flat back. And hands down, we're gonna step our left foot back, our right foot back this time. Dropping our right knee, top of right foot, coming into our low lunge. But just for your low lunge, staying here for a moment with your hands on your hips. Making sure they're square towards the front of the room. Pressing down into the top of that right foot and the bottom of that left foot. Inhale, arms up and around from your full expression. Gaze towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Inhale, we're going to bring the left arm back and the right arm forward for a twist. Gaze can be towards that back hand, or to the side wall. Come back up into our full expression, hands to the ground. And we're just going to bring that left leg back, half Hanuman, half split. Toes towards your nose. Okay to have hands on blocks or a slight bend in this knee. And coming back up, bring your hands inside that foot and sliding that foot off to the left a little bit. We're coming into our lizard pose, so you might have to scooch your knee back a little bit or pat up your knee. And you're really on the front part of your knee. You're not really like you're on the meaty part. So staying in this high lizard just for a beat, coming down to forearms if you need a bigger stretch, or bring forearms to blocks. The arms are down, bring them back up, lifting that back knee. And we're just gonna step that right foot outside the right hand, coming into our Malasana squat. If you need a block under your butt, if the heels aren't coming down, really puffing out the chest here. Right. Get as many as you can, yeah. That's great. Thank you. Really puffing out the chest here, using those elbows to push the legs away. And next inhale, hands down, coming up into a wide fold here, shaking out the hips.
Bringing those feet more hip distance apart now. And if you need help measuring, you take your fists, put them in between your feet. And then we're taking peace fingers and thumb around the big toe and folding elbows out to the side. So all this folding really helps get rid of that excess air in our bodies that the environment is bringing our way. All those creaks, extra creaks you have in the morning, cracking of knuckles and joints. Release what you're holding on to. Half lift, flat back, hands to ground, and then we're going to take the other leg back, left leg back this time. Top knee down, top of left foot. Come up, hands to hips, really squaring those hips. I used to be young. Arms up and around. Shoulders down away from the ears. Gaze up. Really pressing into both feet to ground yourself. Next inhale, right arm goes back, left arm forward, that open twist. Inhale, back up to your lunge. Bring your hands on either side of that right foot and sitting back for your half split, half on. Toes towards your nose, flexing that foot. Hands on blocks on either side of the foot. If needed. You can tuck the back toes too for a little more stability. Coming back forward, bringing your hands inside, setting up the lizard here. You might have to scooch that back foot back a little bit and the right foot off to the side. Staying high if this is enough. And in our lizard, we're really pushing our bent leg towards our shoulder. So the right leg is going towards your shoulder. If you want to come down, forearms to blocks or the ground. Used to be young. And coming back up, lifting that back knee up and stepping on forward for your Malasana squat. Left foot outside of the hand. And also a nice, if you want to try at home, setting up the blocks against the wall is helpful to get you.
I've been trying to do.
Yeah. Watch TV that way. So really opening up in this Malasana squat. We'll inhale, the left arm out to the left, right arm to the sky for an open twist here. Taking a half or full line if you have it. Not feeling it today, so I'm not gonna do it. Hands back in prayer. We'll just twist off to the other side. Right arm long, left arm to the sky. Twisting, looking up at that with your hands. Half or full line. Back into prayer. Hands on the ground, lift up into a forward fold, heel toe the feet back to their hip distance apart. Taking yogi toe up, or maybe you have gorilla, so you're bringing your hands completely under your feet, toes right up to your wrists. Slowly releasing the grip. And coming up to stand, arms up and around. Hands to prayer, Samastiti. Before we move into our next standing series. So I want everyone to have one block handy. Or if you don't have a block, have a book. And we're gonna reach our arms up and around and then sit back into a chair pose. But this, instead of touching the toes, keeping our feet hip distance apart. So I notice when I do this, sometimes I get lazy and I'm not contracting my legs towards each other. So take a block. Initially did this yesterday as I'm still writing that. Put it in between your legs and squeeze that block. So that's the feeling. Even if your legs aren't together, that's the feeling you want. Knees straight, rotating those thighs towards one another. Inhale and exhale. Really squeezing. Then exhale, forward fold, releasing that block down to the ground. Half lift, flat back to prepare. Hands to the ground, we'll step back plank. Hold plank with knees down or up. Inhale. And exhale, pushing into the ground with your hands. And then lower your way, knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing or cobra. Rolling toes under, downward facing dog. You can always skip your flow and head right to down dog. Or take down dog on your knee if it's too much. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Hold. And then exhale it, step it on through to replace the right hand. Coming right into our warrior one. So again, in warrior one, just like low lunge, our hips are squaring towards the front of the room. Your feet do not have to be on a tightrope. The right foot can be all the way to the right side of the mat, and the left foot can be all the way to the left side of the mat. You're on this wheel plane. Next, exhale, hands to the ground, step back plank, lower your way, knees, chest, chin, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing your cobra, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg high, step it through for your warrior one. Backward on a 45-degree angle. Inhale, exhale. Back foot is on a 45-degree angle. You're really pressing into that outer edge of that back foot. Taking a shorter stance if you need. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, step back. We all meet in downward facing dog. However you get there, you get there. Inhale, hop or walk to the front of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Half lift to prepare. And then we're gonna take our block, coming back into our chair pose, putting that block in between your legs, squeezing here. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer, twisting off to the right. And if that left knee is popping forward, you're just going to shift your left hip back to bring that knee in line with the other one. If this is too much, you can stay up here. One more inhale, exhale, back center. Hands in prayer, we'll take it off to the left. Again, if that right knee is creeping forward, just adjust your hip back, that right hip back. And coming back through center, forward fold, release that block. Hands to shins. We'll step back to our plank. Take a vinyasa or just meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, we lift that right leg up. Step it on through for warrior one. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, let's reach our right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, back up into our warrior one. Hands to the ground. We're going to bring our left knee down. So we're kind of in this box lunge. And then we'll just bring our left hand to the mat, right arm up. One more twist. This one is going to hit more in the hip area. Then we bring our hand back down, sit back into our half Hanuman, toes towards your nose, getting that stretch in the hamstring. Rebend that knee, lift that left knee up, and just step that left foot forward. Just enough to get both legs straight. And bring your chin towards your shin. We'll fold into our pyramid pose. Hands on, on blocks on either side of the foot. Was helpful here. And slowly start to get light on that back foot, lifting that leg up into your standing split. Again, hand on block, bring the floor. It's always good to bring the floor closer to you. Squaring hips, flexing that back foot. You have to do something with that foot to stay here. And then slowly swinging that left foot forward, and we'll hug that left knee in, pressing down into that right toe. Find a drishti, something to focus on. Balancing is excellent for Vata season. Helps us concentrate, settle our minds. One more inhale, exhale, come to stand. We'll shake that out. Inhale, arms up and around. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands to shins, flat back. And we're going to come right to chair pose without the block this time. But just notice what you're doing now with your legs. So really engaging them, tucking in that tailbone, engaging Mula Bandha. Inhale, open twist or hands in prayer, twisting off to the right. Prayer hands are trying to reach towards your chest. You're keeping that left knee back. That brings me so good. Inhale, back from center and twist it off to the other side. Reaching back up through center, forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands to shins, flat back. And we'll step back to plank and come right into your downward facing dog. We're just going to take that on the other side. Lifting our left leg, step it on through for warrior one, back foot on 45-degree angle. Front foot nice and straight, deep bend in that left knee. Arms up, squaring hips towards the front of the room. We'll open twist one more time here, left arm back, right arm forward. If you need to lift that back heel to get into it, take it. And bringing our hands to ground, dropping that right knee, coming into that box lunge. And just bring a right hand down, left arm to the sky. Right hand down, yeah. Stacking shoulders here. Hands on either side of the foot, sitting back into that half honey on toes towards your nose. Flexing those toes left on the left side. Bring your chin towards your shin. Rebending that knee, lifting the back knee up and just stepping that in about 6 to 8 inches, getting those legs as straight as possible. Straight for you might be a little bend in both knees. That's fine. Blocks are good. Chin towards your shin. Walking your hands forward, lifting that right leg up, standing split, squaring your hips down with the mat. Blocks can be on the highest setting. You're still getting the same strengthening in that lifted leg. Pressing into that toe, that standing toe, maybe giving a slight bend in that standing leg as you swing the right leg forward. And hugging that knee in. So hugging the knee in might be just right here, holding underneath your thigh. You might need to actually put a toe on it, on the block to balance. And when you're ready, trying to hug that knee in as close as possible, if it's available to you. Next exhale, just stepping that right foot to meet the left and shaking that off. Time check here. All right, one more round. Inhale, arms up and around, Urdhva. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins, flat back. And sitting back into that chair, engaging your quads as if that block was still there. Squeezing the lavanda. And this time we're not going to twist, we're just going to fold and step the right leg back, step the left leg back to meet it, and coming right to down dog or flowing to down dog. Inhale, we lift that right leg up, step it through, warrior one, back foot on a 45-degree angle. Really pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. So this time in our warrior one, we're just going to right away drop that right knee into that box lunge. And then we're going to take that twist, either sticking with the open twist like we did when we were standing, or bringing hands to prayer and twisting over that right leg. Hooking that elbow outside the right leg. And from here, coming up into that open twist, and then just taking the left hand inside the foot for that twist that we did on the first round. Option always to tuck your toes and lift that leg, engaging the left quad, or just staying right here. We're coming back through. And then hands on either side of the foot, coming into our half Hanuman, half split, toes towards the nose. If you have a deeper variation of your split, you want to sit all the way back on that left foot, or coming into full split. We're open enough now. Breathing into that back of that leg. Bending that leg, lifting that back knee, step it through to our pyramid pose one more time. This round, you might want to take a little deeper stretch in your upper body. So before you fold into your pyramid pose, you might take hands to the waist with your thumbs, pressing those elbows towards one another. You might clasp your palms. Either way, whatever bind you're taking, look up. Wait, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here. Not clasping your hands. You're taking reverse prayer, hands, and then folding over pyramid. Or your hands are just staying, fingers pointing down towards your waist. One more inhale. Exhale. Hands to the ground, getting light on that back foot, coming into our standing split. One more breath here, and then slight bend in that right knee, and just hugging in that left knee into your chest. And from here, we're going to come into our tree pose. So tree can be with toes, any foot really anywhere on the inside of the leg except the knee. So toes can be on the ground, and this is what you're doing. If you want to come over to a wall, you can, or you can lift that foot to your shin, really pressing into that standing leg. Finding something to look at, not me. Something that's not moving. A little speck on the floor. Really opening up that hip, hands can be in prayer. And bringing that knee back in, dropping that foot, shaking it off. And inhale, we reach our arms up and around, Ardha forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands to shins, flat back. And we'll step back to our plank and flow back, or just meet me in downward facing dog. So knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing cobra. Downward facing dog. So we'll just take that on the left side. Inhale, lift that left leg high. Step through warrior one. Inhaling. Exhale. One more inhale. And then we just drop that right knee down. And we'll come into the same twist we did, either open twist or hooking your right elbow outside the left knee, the left leg in prayer. Always tuck those back toes for a little more stability. Option, if you did on the other side, to lift that back knee up, lunge twist. The knee is lifted, drop it down, coming quickly into our low lunge. And then we'll open that up one more time. And then we'll drop that right hand down, left hand to the sky. Hands on either side of the foot, sit back into our half Hanuman, half split, toes towards your nose, hands on blocks, chin towards your shin. And rebending, we step that back foot in for a pyramid, taking whatever option you took on the other side. Maybe your hands are just on your hips, fingertips down, maybe you grabbed opposite elbows, maybe you can come into reverse prayer. Whatever you're taking, inhale and exhale, chin towards your shin. And slowly getting light on that back foot. Coming up into your standing split. Just for a couple of breaths. Spiraling those toes. Right hip towards the mat. Next inhale, slight bend in that left knee. And we come up, hugging in that right knee. And right away, coming into tree pose. So toes on the ground. Working on building strength. Forward, lifting that foot below the knee or above the knee, never on the knee. Opening up that hip. Finding a point to focus on, hands in prayer, arms up and round. The way to do it against the wall, if you want to practice against the wall, is just stand, you know, like so you're close to the wall, but not on the wall. And then coming up. So you kind of know it's there, but you're not like dumping into it. And then when you're ready, bringing that knee back in towards your chest and just dropping that. And from here, we're just going to step back to our plank and lower slowly onto our bellies. I'm letting that all go, shaking the hips. Bring your forearms to the ground. We're going to lift up into Sphinx pose. So just pressing into your toes so much that your knees come off the ground, pressing firmly into your hands and your forearms, shoulders stacked over your elbows. And from your fingertips to your elbows should be a straight line. So if you're out like this, you can damage your shoulders and your elbows. So you want to tuck those elbows in. Inhale, we'll release those knees and we're just going to take the left leg up into this half frog just to stretch out that hip. One more inhale. Exhale. Letting that leg go long and just taking the right knee up into that half frog, stretching out that hip. Releasing that. And just bringing your head down to the top of your hands. And shaking that out. Maybe windshield wiper the legs. And then just lifting up and sitting back into a child's pose. Start to wind down. 1,000 miles is pretty far, but they've got planes, trains, and cars that far to you if I had no other thing. I'll make fun of us and we'll just laugh along because we don't another time of felt this way. But I can promise you about time we get to one that will really be safe. You be good and touching with me 2 more years and we'll be done with school and I'll be taking history like I do. You know it's all because of you. We can do whatever you want to. Oh, when you're ready, just slither through on back onto your belly. Low cobra. Head to the ground, and we're just gonna flip over onto our backs. I'll give you the option for bridge or supported bridge, not really sacrum. So on the inhale, lifting up your hips, low back, upper back, pressing into the ground with your feet. Next exhale, lowering back down. Just lifting those hips up and shifting them off to the left slightly. And then rolling your legs over to the right. So just helps align your spine if you lift up, shift your hips over to the left and let your legs go to the right. And your spine is in line. There you go. Yep. Yeah. So it seems like you're way over, but then when you fold, your spine is perfectly in line. Gaze can go over that left shoulder or ceiling, whatever feels good. And then just coming back in, feet to the mat, lifting up, shifting those hips to the right. And then folding the hand, dropping your knees over to the left. So the last pose I'm going to offer is happy baby. But if you want to take shoulder stand or supported shoulder stand with block under the sacrum, keep it. Set up for Shavasana. When you're ready, letting it all go. Just letting it all go. Releasing it all. Another body scan to begin your class. Just notice the difference, how you're feeling. Top of the head. Release the clenching in the jaw. Let the eyebrows, eyes go soft. Cheekbones. Neck. Back of the neck. Shoulders from the front all the way wrapping around the back. Upper arms, elbows, lower arm. This, palm of your hand, back of your hand. All 10 fingers relaxed. Spine, sideways, belly. Your entire torso relaxed. Your hips, thighs, knees, shin, calf, ankles, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, all 10 toes. And ready. Slowly invite deeper breaths into the body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes.